The morning sun cast a golden glow across Kensington Palace as the household staff quietly prepared for what would become one of the most memorable birthday celebrations in recent royal history. Prince Louis Arthur Charles, the youngest child of Prince William and Catherine, was about to turn 3 years old, and the anticipation filled every corner of the residence. Catherine had been awake since dawn, personally overseeing the decoration arrangements despite having a full team of staff at her disposal. She believed in creating intimate family moments, especially for her children's birthdays. The Duchess moved gracefully through the private family rooms, adjusting balloon arrangements and ensuring that everything reflected the playful spirit of a 3-year-old rather than the formal grandeur typically associated with royal events. The birthday boy himself was still fast asleep in his nursery, unaware of the magical transformation taking place throughout his home. His room had been quietly decorated the night before with colorful streamers and age-appropriate decorations featuring his favorite characters from children's books. Catherine had insisted on keeping the decorations child-friendly and fun, steering away from anything too sophisticated or overwhelming for young eyes. Prince William emerged from his study, where he had been handling some early morning correspondence with his private secretary. Even on his son's birthday, royal duties continued, but he had made sure to clear his afternoon schedule completely. The prince consort understood the importance of being present for these milestone moments, having learned from his own childhood experiences the value of parental attention during special occasions. The kitchen staff had been working since 5 in the morning, preparing not just the birthday cake, but also Louis's favorite breakfast items. The head chef had received specific instructions about the little prince's preferences, which included scrambled eggs prepared in a particular way, fresh berries, and toast cut into fun shapes. These details mattered enormously to Catherine, who believed that even royal children should experience the simple joys of having their favorite foods on their special day. Princess Charlotte and Prince George had been briefed the evening before about their important roles as big siblings during the birthday festivitation. Charlotte, ever the responsible older sister, had taken her duties seriously and had even helped their mother wrap Louis's presents the night before. George, now understanding the significance of family celebrations, had been practicing singing Happy Birthday and had prepared a special drawing for his younger brother. The private secretary's office had been coordinating with various family members to ensure that birthday wishes and gifts would arrive at appropriate times throughout the day. The Queen, despite her busy schedule, had made arrangements for a personal phone call to her great-grandson. Prince Charles and Camilla had planned a special visit, while other family members had sent thoughtful gifts that reflected Louis's current interests and developmental stage. Security arrangements had been carefully planned to allow for a normal family celebration while maintaining the necessary protective measures. The protection officers understood that this was meant to be an intimate family affair, and their presence would be as unobtrusive as possible while still ensuring everyone's safety. The palace grounds had been secured, and staff movements had been coordinated to maintain the peaceful atmosphere that Catherine insisted upon for her children's special occasions. As the morning progressed, the household began to stir with quiet excitement. The staff members who had grown fond of the youngest prince over his 3 years were genuinely happy to be part of his special day. Many of them had children of their own and understood the universal joy that comes with childhood birthday celebrations, regardless of social status or circumstances. Catherine made one final check of the main celebration area, ensuring that everything was positioned at the right height for a 3-year-old to enjoy fully. She had learned from previous birthday celebrations that the perspective of a young child was vastly different from that of adults, and she wanted Louis to feel that this celebration was truly designed with him in mind. The attention to these details reflected her commitment to providing her children with as normal a childhood as possible within their extraordinary circumstances. The morning light grew stronger, and soon it would be time to wake the birthday boy and begin what everyone hoped would be a perfect day filled with laughter, family warmth, and the special magic that comes with turning 3 years old. The gentle sound of Catherine's voice filled the nursery as she softly woke Louis from his peaceful sleep. The little prince stirred slowly, his blonde curls catching the morning light that filtered through the carefully chosen curtains. As his eyes opened and focused on his mother's smiling face, Catherine whispered the words that would make this day different from all others. "Happy birthday, sweetheart." Louis's reaction was immediate and heartwarming. His face lit up with the pure joy that only a 3-year-old can display when they realize something wonderful is happening. He had been talking about his birthday for weeks, though his understanding of time was still developing. The concept of turning 3 had been building in his mind, and now the magical day had finally arrived. Catherine helped her youngest son get dressed in a special outfit that had been carefully selected for the occasion. The clothing was both practical for active play and special enough to mark the importance of the day. Louis was at an age where he was beginning to express preferences about his clothes, and his mother had made sure to incorporate some of his favorite colors and patterns into his birthday attire. The walk from a nursery to the main celebration area was filled with Louis's excited chatter as he noticed the decorations that seemed to appear magically overnight. His vocabulary was expanding rapidly at this age, and he peppered his mother with questions about everything he saw. Catherine answered each question patiently, enjoying this precious one-on-one time before the rest of the family joined the celebration. When they entered the decorated room, Louis's reaction exceeded everyone's expectations. He stopped in his tracks, his mouth forming a perfect circle of surprise as he took in the transformed space. The decorations, the presents, and the general festive atmosphere created a wonderland designed specifically for him. His excitement was infectious, and even the normally composed household staff found themselves smiling at his obvious delight. Prince George and Princess Charlotte had been waiting eagerly for their brother's arrival, and their enthusiasm added to the joyful atmosphere. Charlotte immediately took on a role as the helpful big sister, explaining to Louis what birthdays meant and pointing out various decorations that she thought he would particularly enjoy. George, though sometimes prone to typical sibling rivalry, seemed genuinely happy to celebrate his younger brother's special day. William joined the family gathering, and his presence completed the intimate family circle that Catherine had envisioned for this celebration. The prince had a special gift for connecting with his children at their level, and he immediately engaged Louis in excited conversation about all the wonderful things that would happen throughout the day. His genuine enthusiasm for family moments like these reflected the kind of father he had chosen to be. The birthday breakfast was served in the family's private dining area, with Louis seated in a place of honor. The special foods that had been prepared according to his preferences were presented with extra care, and the little prince clearly understood that this meal was different from their usual family breakfasts. His delight in the specially shaped toast and perfectly prepared eggs showed his appreciation for the thoughtful details. During breakfast, the family began a tradition that Catherine had established for all her children's birthdays, sharing favorite memories of Louis from the past year. Each family member contributed stories and observations about the birthday boy's growth, achievements, and adorable moments. These conversations helped create a sense of the passage of time and the importance of celebrating milestones together as a family. Louis listened to these stories with the intense focus that 3-year-olds bring to discussions about themselves. He occasionally interjected with his own memories or corrections to the stories being told, displaying the strong personality that had been developing over his 3 years of life. His contributions to the conversation showed his growing ability to communicate and his desire to be an active participant in family discussions. The morning celebration continued with the opening of a few carefully selected presents. Catherine and William had learned from experience that 3-year-olds could easily become overwhelmed by too many gifts at once, so they had planned to space out the present opening throughout the day. The first gifts were chosen specifically to enhance the birthday celebration and provide immediate enjoyment for the excited little prince. As the morning progressed, it became clear that this birthday celebration was achieving exactly what Catherine had hoped for. A perfect balance between acknowledging the special nature of the day while maintaining the warm, family-centered atmosphere that she worked so hard to create for her children despite their public roles and responsibilities. The midday hours brought a special warmth to Kensington Palace as extended family members began arriving to celebrate Louis's milestone birthday. The first visitors to arrive were Prince Charles and Camilla, who had made this celebration a priority in their busy schedules. The relationship between grandfather and grandson had been growing stronger with each visit, and Charles's genuine affection for Louis was evident in the careful thought he had put into selecting the perfect birthday gift. Prince Charles had a remarkable ability to connect with young children, perhaps influenced by his own experiences as a father and his deep understanding of childhood development. When he greeted Louis, he immediately got down to the little prince's eye level, making their interaction feel natural and comfortable. Louis responded with the easy affection that children show when they feel truly seen and valued by the adults in their lives. Camilla brought her own special touch to the celebration, having developed a wonderful relationship with all three Cambridge children over the years. Her approach with Louis was both loving and practical, understanding that 3-year-olds needed genuine engagement rather than formal interaction. She had brought a carefully chosen book that she offered to read to Louis later in the day, knowing his love for stories and his growing attention span for longer narratives. The family gathering moved to the private gardens, where the spring weather provided a perfect backdrop for outdoor celebration activities. The palace grounds had been prepared with age-appropriate games and activities that would engage not only Louis, but also his older siblings and visiting cousins who might join the celebration. Catherine had insisted that the outdoor space feel like a normal family party rather than a formal royal event. Princess Anne arrived with her characteristic punctuality and practical approach to family celebrations. Her gift for Louis reflected her understanding of active young children and included items that would encourage physical development and outdoor play. Anne's relationship with her great-nephew was marked by her direct, honest communication style, which Louis seemed to appreciate and respond to positively. The Queen's phone call came precisely at the scheduled time, and the entire family gathered around as Louis spoke with his great-grandmother. Despite her many responsibilities and the demands on her time, the Queen had made sure to personally wish her great-grandson a happy birthday. The conversation was brief, but meaningful, with Louis proudly telling her about his birthday morning and the presents he had received. Catherine had established several birthday traditions for her children that were being observed for Louis's celebration. One of these was the creation of a birthday memory book, where family members and close friends could write messages and attach photos that captured special moments from the past year. This tradition helped document the children's growth while creating keepsakes that they could treasure as they grew older. The birthday cake presentation became a highlight of the family gathering. The cake had been designed with Louis's current interests in mind, featuring decorations that reflected his favorite toys, books, and activities. When the candles were lit and the family sang "Happy Birthday," Louis's face glowed with the pure joy that made all the planning and preparation worthwhile. The traditional birthday photos were taken during this time, with the family photographer working quickly to capture natural moments rather than formal pose portraits. Catherine and William had learned that 3-year-olds had limited patience for photography sessions, so these pictures needed to be taken efficiently while still preserving the memories of this special day for family archives and future reflection. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, arrived with her children, adding to the family atmosphere and providing Louis with cousins to play with during the celebration. The children's interactions showed the strong family bonds that existed despite the formal titles and public responsibilities. Louis clearly enjoyed having other children present who understood his world and could engage with him on his level. The gift-giving continued throughout the afternoon, with each present being carefully selected to match Louis's developmental stage and interests. The family members had coordinated their gifts to avoid duplication while ensuring that Louis received items that would provide both immediate enjoyment and long-term developmental benefits. The thoughtfulness behind each gift reflected the deep love and attention that surrounded the birthday boy. As the afternoon progressed, the celebration maintained its perfect balance between family intimacy and acknowledgement of the special occasion. The adults engaged in conversations while keeping their primary focus on Lewis and his happiness. The natural rhythm of a successful children's party developed, with activities flowing from one to another based on the birthday boy's interests and energy levels. The success of these family gatherings reflected the careful planning and genuine love that went into creating meaningful celebrations for the Cambridge children. Catherine and William's commitment to providing their children with strong family traditions and warm memories was evident in every detail of Lewis's birthday celebration, from the thoughtful decorations to the carefully timed arrival of family members who genuinely wanted to share in this special day. The afternoon sun created perfect conditions for the outdoor activities that had been planned specifically for Lewis's entertainment and that of his visiting young cousins. The palace gardens had been transformed into a wonderland of age-appropriate fun, with careful attention paid to safety while maintaining the sense of adventure that 3-year-olds crave in their play experiences. A special treasure hunt had been organized throughout the garden areas, with clues and hidden surprises designed to match Lewis's developing problem-solving abilities and reading readiness. Catherine had personally overseen the creation of this activity, understanding that her youngest son was at an age where he could follow simple instructions and experience the satisfaction of discovering hidden treasures. Each clue led to small surprises that built excitement without overwhelming the birthday boy. The garden party atmosphere attracted the attention of the palace staff, who watched from respectful distances as the family celebration unfolded. Many of these staff members had been present for Lewis's birth and had watched him grow from an infant into the energetic, charming 3-year-old he had become. Their genuine affection for the youngest Cambridge prince was evident in their smiles and quiet satisfaction at seeing him so happy on his special day. Prince George took his role as big brother seriously during the outdoor activities, helping Lewis navigate some of the more challenging aspects of the treasure hunt, while still allowing him to experience the joy of discovery. The bond between the brothers had been growing stronger as Lewis developed better communication skills and could participate more fully in shared activities. George's protective instincts and genuine care for his younger brother were clearly visible throughout the afternoon. Princess Charlotte contributed her own special energy to the celebration, organizing impromptu games and ensuring that everyone felt included in the fun. Her natural leadership abilities and social awareness made her an excellent coordinator for group activities. Charlotte's relationship with Lewis combined the typical older sister dynamic of alternating between protectiveness and mild exasperation with genuine love and pride in his accomplishments. The outdoor activities included a special nature walk through the private areas of the palace grounds, where Lewis could explore and ask questions about the plants, animals, and interesting features of his home environment. This educational component reflected Catherine and William's commitment to using everyday experiences as learning opportunities for their children. Lewis's curiosity about the natural world around him led to impromptu lessons about trees, flowers, and the birds that lived in the palace gardens. A special surprise came in the form of a visit from some gentle animals that had been brought specifically for Lewis's entertainment. These carefully selected and well-trained animals provided an opportunity for the birthday boy to interact with creatures he had been learning about in his books and educational activities. His delight in these animal encounters showed his natural affinity for living creatures and his fearless approach to new experiences. The photography session continued throughout the afternoon, but in a much more relaxed and natural way than traditional royal portraiture. The family photographer focused on capturing candid moments of joy, laughter, and family interaction rather than formal posed pictures. These images would become treasured family memories, while also providing appropriate documentation of this milestone birthday for historical records. Catherine took special care to ensure that Lewis remained the center of attention throughout all the activities, while also making sure that his siblings and cousins felt valued and included. Her skill at managing group dynamics while maintaining focus on the birthday celebration showed her natural abilities as a mother and her understanding of child psychology. The success of the party was largely due to her thoughtful planning and attentive supervision. William participated fully in all the outdoor activities, showing his commitment to being an engaged father rather than a distant observer. His interactions with Lewis and the other children were natural and playful, reflecting his determination to create the kind of warm family memories that he felt were sometimes missing from his own childhood. The prince's genuine enjoyment of these family moments was evident in his laughter and active participation in the games and activities. The afternoon snack time featured special treats that had been prepared specifically for the celebration, including some of Lewis's favorite foods presented in festive and appealing ways. The kitchen staff had outdone themselves in creating child-friendly versions of sophisticated dishes, ensuring that the young guests would enjoy their food while maintaining the quality standards expected at a royal residence. As the afternoon progressed, Lewis showed remarkable stamina for a 3-year-old, maintaining his enthusiasm and energy throughout the various activities. His obvious enjoyment of every aspect of his birthday celebration was the greatest reward for all the adults who had worked so hard to create this perfect day. The success of the outdoor activities set the stage for the evening conclusion of this memorable birthday celebration. The balance between structured activities and free play time allowed Lewis to experience both organized fun and the simple pleasure of running around in the beautiful palace gardens with his family members. This combination reflected Catherine and William's philosophy of providing their children with both enriching experiences and the freedom to simply be children, regardless of their unique circumstances and future responsibilities. As the golden hour of evening approached, the birthday celebration began to wind down with a gentle rhythm that Catherine had carefully planned to ensure that Lewis wouldn't become overtired or overstimulated. The transition from high-energy afternoon activities to quieter evening moments was managed with the skill that came from 3 years of understanding her youngest child's needs and temperament. The family gathered in the comfortable sitting room that had been prepared for the evening portion of the celebration. The lighting had been adjusted to create a warm, cozy atmosphere that would help Lewis settle down while still maintaining the special feeling of his birthday. Soft music played in the background, creating an ambience that encouraged conversation and reflection on the wonderful day that was drawing to a close. Lewis, still energetic, but showing signs of the satisfying exhaustion that comes from a day filled with joy and excitement, settled into his favorite spot next to his mother. Catherine had changed into more comfortable clothing for the evening, and her relaxed demeanor helped signal to Lewis that this was the time for quieter activities and family closeness. The birthday boy seemed to understand intuitively that this was a different phase of his celebration. The evening gift presentation included some special items that had been saved for this quieter time. These gifts were chosen specifically for their potential to provide calm enjoyment and bedtime comfort. Among them was a beautiful book that would become part of Lewis's bedtime reading collection and a soft toy that would serve as a birthday companion for years to come. The thoughtfulness behind these evening gifts showed the family's understanding of how to create lasting positive associations with this special day. Camilla fulfilled her earlier promise by reading to Lewis from the book she had brought as her gift. Her gentle voice and animated reading style captivated not only the birthday boy, but also his siblings who had gathered around to listen to the story. These moments of shared storytelling created exactly the kind of family memory that Catherine and William worked so hard to provide for their children despite the constraints of their public roles. The evening meal was a special birthday dinner featuring Lewis's favorite foods prepared with extra care and presented in ways that made the meal feel celebratory without being overwhelming. The family ate together in their private dining room, with conversation flowing naturally between adults and children. Lewis's chatter about his birthday experiences dominated much of the dinner conversation, and his family listened with genuine interest and enjoyment. Prince Charles shared stories about birthday celebrations from his own childhood and William's early years, creating a sense of family continuity and tradition that helped Lewis understand his place in the larger family history. These stories were told in age-appropriate ways that captured Lewis's attention while also providing gentle lessons about family values and the importance of celebrating milestone moments together. The birthday memory book that had been started earlier in the day was completed during the evening gathering, with each family member contributing final thoughts and wishes for Lewis's future. The little prince was allowed to look through the book, seeing photos from his day and hearing the messages that had been written for him. While he couldn't read all the words yet, he clearly understood that this book was a special tribute to him and his important day. As the evening progressed, the family photographer captured some final images of Lewis with his new gifts and surrounded by his loving family. These quieter, more intimate photos provided a beautiful contrast to the energetic action shots from earlier in the day. The range of images from throughout the celebration would provide a complete record of Lewis's third birthday and the love that surrounded him throughout this special day. The final surprise of the evening was a special birthday video call from some of Lewis's favorite family friends and relatives who hadn't been able to attend the celebration in person. The technology allowed these important people in Lewis's life to share in his birthday joy and express their love and birthday wishes. His excitement at seeing familiar faces on the screen showed his understanding that many people cared about him and wanted to celebrate his special day. Bath time and bedtime preparations took on special significance on this birthday evening, with Lewis allowed to take a slightly longer bath with some new bath toys that had been among his gifts. Catherine and William both participated in the bedtime routine, making it feel like a continuation of the birthday celebration rather than just the end of an exciting day. The final moments of Lewis's birthday were spent with his parents reading him a special bedtime story and reflecting on all the wonderful things that had happened throughout his celebration. As he settled into sleep, surrounded by his new birthday gifts and filled with the satisfaction of a day perfectly designed for a 3-year-old's happiness, Lewis drifted off with a smile that captured the complete success of his birthday celebration. The day had achieved everything that Catherine and William had hoped for their youngest son, a celebration that honored the significance of turning 3 while providing him with the kind of warm family memories that would last throughout his life. The balance between royal tradition and normal family joy had been perfectly maintained, creating a birthday that was both special enough for a prince and personal enough for a beloved little boy who was surrounded by people who genuinely cherished him and wanted nothing more than his happiness on a special day.